What's going on, everybody? It's 7 o'clock, Thursday, January 16th. So we're going to do some fitness training tonight. We're going to start with some stretching. We're going to get into the crux of it. We'll probably finish with the SuperSpeed sticks. If you don't have those, I recommend you getting them. It's going to help you as you get older with distance and speed and getting better consistency with striking the ball. What's up, Fuller? Good to see you. So once you understand that concept that golf becomes easier when you get fitness out of the way. Golf becomes easier when you get fitness out of the way. And so we all in here have done the fitness evaluation. We've got you some things based on your limitations and where we need to work on the most. And we're going through a building phase. For 12 weeks, we're going through a building phase to get more stability, more mobility, more flexibility. And then over 6 months, we add in a little bit more strength and power as you progress. Hello, Mr. Perrell. Good to see you here, Todd. So we're going to start with some stretching. Just when we do the stretches, we're going to hold the stretch for 2 minutes, and then we lay flat on our back for a minute to let the blood flow to the joints and the muscles. If at any point, when you're doing a sit cross lean, if your knees and ankles hurt, well, it's going to hurt because you haven't done it forever. Just don't go past a pain of 7 out of 10. So let's get started with some basic warm-ups as far as the stretching. And there's a building phase with flexibility. And so the first thing that I'm going to do, let me move this chair out of the way, is I'm going to do what's called a sit cross lean. So we're going to sit Indian style. Now, when I first started this, just sitting in this position like this hurt my knee joints and my ankles. And as far as I could go was about right here. So I went through this, and you hold the stretch for 2 minutes, and then you lay in a dead zone for a minute to let the blood flow. So now, you get to a point where you can touch your head to the ground. So there's a building phase. Some is going to take a little bit longer because we're not flexible. So sit cross. We're going to sit cross lean. We're just going to lean forward for 2 minutes. Now, as you can see, I can already touch my head, so I want you guys to stay in the position for 2 minutes. When starting, you're going to have discomfort in your knee joints and your ankle joints, and it's going to be hard for you to lower your back. So just go as far as you can for 2 minutes in this position. And so once you do the 2 minutes, and you're going to lay flat on your back and let the blood flow to the joints for a minute. It's called the dead zone. It's going to breathe and let the blood flow back to the joints. And you hold that for a minute. The building phase is the most difficult, challenging part. So when I started this, as far as I can go is right here. Now I'm just in the maintenance phase where I'm going to just hold this position for a couple minutes, and I can do it one time. So then the next position here, we're going to stay here, but we're going to do the sit cross side bend. And so we're going to get in this position here. I'm going to place my left arm elbow on the ground. I'm going to lean my neck to the side. I'm going to push down on this knee, and I'm just going to stretch. I'm just going to hold it for 30 seconds aside. When you guys go through this building phase, you're going to want to lay back down for a minute and let the blood flow. We'll get to the right side, This side feels a little bit more tighter. Place my elbow on the ground, bring my neck to the side, and press this knee down. So once I finish that, I can sit back in the dead zone and let my knees get some blood flow. So now I'm going to put my feet together, my knees together. Right about there. I'm going to take my both knees, I'm going to put them to one side. I'm going to pull my bottom foot out and place it on my knee. And hold it like that. So from the face on. I'm going to drop my knees to one side. This is called a windshield wiper. As you can see, windshield wiper. I'll take my knees to one side, my arms here to the side. Pull the bottom foot out, put it on top of the knee. And I can put my hand on this leg and push down. I want to keep this arm or shoulder blade touching the ground. This is called the windshield wiper. Open up the IT band, the hips. And if I take my ankle and I push down my knee, I can stretch that even further. We'll open up our hips and our obliques and our IT band. Come out of that. Lay in the dead zone for a minute, get some blood flow into the joints and muscles. And then we just switch sides. It's called the windshield wiper. So right now I'm opening up my lower body, my midsection, obliques, lower back, hips, IT hip. Take this arm, put it on the knee, really open it up. Come on, that. Just let the blood flow for a minute. Hello, Petro and Dennis and Dave and Bo. Good to see you here. So we're just doing some stretching to warm up the lower body. Some of us can't touch our toes, so we'll get into that in a second. But while we're sitting down here, we can go in the sit-cross lane, but put our feet together. And we're going to open up our groins. Open up the groin and push down on the elbows here. But really what I want you to do is do the sit-cross lean. We're going to stretch out the groin and the lower back. Make sure you don't go past the pain of 7 out of 10. Here we're stressing the groin and the lower back. Come on, that. Let some blood flow from it in the dead zone. So we're stretching our hamstrings, feet shoulder width apart, legs not bent, straight. You'll hold that stretch. Now the stretch is going to be when you take your nose and try and touch your knee to one leg. And you feel that stretch in the hamstring. You're going to hold that for 2 minutes. Just don't go past a pain of 7 out of 10. We'll come out after a minute. Then I'll just stand up and I'll switch legs. And then I'll get to the left side. And this side's much tighter. The goal is by the time you get through the building phase, you should be able to touch your nose on your knee. Some of you on here failed the toe touch when we did the test. You can barely get down to here. And so just by doing this hamstring stretch for 2 minutes, laying down for a minute, and doing this 3 times in one session, and you do that every day for the next 6 weeks, you'll probably be able to touch your toes because you're past your legs. And then it just becomes a maintenance. One last one to lower, stretch out the back. Is we're just going to lay our stomach here. And we're just going to put our hands next to our chest. And I'm just going to straighten up, arch my back. And the more that you look your neck up to the ceiling, the more stretch your lower in the back. So for this training, I'm going through it shorter, but every time that you do these stretches, just hold it for 2 minutes, and then lay in the dead zone and let the blood flow. 2 minutes of holding the stretch will really help you get through the building phase much quicker. So now we'll do an A-frame stretch. Get my feet spread apart further than shoulder width. I'll simply just put my arm here like an A-frame. I'm simply going to open up my torso. I'm going to keep your head down to the ball. We'll do 10 of these on each side. Be sure to breathe. Stretch out our shoulders and our torso. come up, switch sides, put my arm here, on my knee. This side appears to be more tighter for me. So if you have one side that's more tighter, you can probably do more reps. Don't want to bring your arm back, you want to take it all the way up. That's the A-frame stretch. This is similar to the seated trunk rotation when we did the fitness evaluation. You grab a chair, get a ball like this, feet together, knees together. Grab a club, put it behind your neck. And we're just going to continue opening up the torso. Just lay this here, don't bend it, just lay it here. Feet together. I use a ball to get more activation between the legs and the glutes and the abs, so that the ball's moving. So I'm going to go back slowly. Notice your knees will want to try and come apart, just keep them together, don't move them. As you see, I did 10. I was able to get further and further range of motion. Switch sides. We're disassociating the upper and lower body. We did a test on this in the fitness evaluation. This is the ability to disassociate the upper body from the lower body. And when you have this disassociation, then you can build the right sequence on the downswing. As you can see, it's getting more open, more range of motion, so I'm almost at 9 degrees. So 9 degrees with my legs still, that's going to equate to when you get back. Now I can take a shoulder turn to 120 degrees without issue. People are always saying, well, I need to shorten my swing. Well, Sam Steed didn't have a short swing, but if you have a stable base, you can rotate as far as you want. So that's rotation with the stability ball around the chair. We're going to do some lunges. I was going to use a club, but really all I want you to do is just take a lunge, cross your arms, and this is my right knee. I'm going to take a back swing. Come back, lunge, rotate back, rotate through. Lunge, rotate back, rotate through. We're not trying to go really quick. We're trying to activate all the muscles that are used in the golf swing. Hips, quads. Rotate back, rotate through. We're building balance. Rotate back, rotate through. That side and that side, I'll switch to the left. Rotate downswing, and then backswing. Rotate downswing and backswing. It's going to help with your balance and your stability and your mobility. 3, downswing, backswing. Downswing, backswing. 4 and 5. Downswing, backswing. That's 5. Grab a sip of water if you need it. We're going to do 3 sets of those. The reason we're doing 3 sets of these is we've already warmed up our torso, we've already warmed up our hips. We're going to train the brain and the body together to do movements that we do in the backswing. We squat down, turn, and fire through. Lunge forward, cross my arms, backswing, downswing, really control the motion. Lunge, backswing, downswing. Lunge, backswing, downswing. Lunge, backswing, downswing. Lunge, backswing, downswing. Switch legs. Lunge, downswing, backswing. Or we just call this for a left-handed golfer. Backswing, downswing. Lunge, backswing, downswing. Take a minute, get your breath. As you can see, we haven't done a lot of cardiovascular, but by combining these movements, get your heart rate up. Do whatever we can to maximize our time with efficiency, not only in the golf swing, but in training as well. So one more set. Lunge, 1, 2. Hold it, activate the muscles. Slowly through, activate the muscles, stretch out the muscles. Lunge. Look down at the ball. In 5. So grab a chair. We can do air squats, or you can do box squats. Put a chair right behind me. And then I always like to make things difficult. So I'll put the blue bands around my knees. I'll put the green bands around my feet. Maximize my training. So I get my feet width apart. We talk about the swing. We're going to use inside these muscles. So when I take this blue band around my knees and open up, I'm activating the inside and the outside of my quads and my glutes. I'll get close enough till I get to this chair, and I'm just going to squat down on the chair. Now the band will pull your knees in, so the goal here is to push them out. I'll show you what it looks like from the side. Golf posture. We worked on stance and posture this past week. Golf posture. Your knees are going to want to come in. That's why I have these bands on right now. All my muscles are firing and burning right now. When you squat down, or when you come up, your knees are going to want to come in. Keep your knees out. Activate the outside glutes. And from here, we'll do 10 more. Slowly down, slowly up. Slowly down, slowly up. Some of you have already stopped already because this is firing some serious muscles. Now what you do is open your feet up a little bit further. The further that I engage my feet, my knees, now I can barely, I don't want to quit because it's just firing my glutes. All right, take a break. So we're going to do 2 sets of those. I can feel it big time right there. I can feel it in my glutes. And since I'm the chair in the box, we just went down to here. You can go down here and get some range of motion. And we did an overhead deep squat as one of the tests. We do this test to measure number 1. Can you do a squat without your arms coming down? If your arms come down, you can't do up. It means you have some limitations in your lats. So we can also put our hands behind our back. You guys should be sweating now, so let's fire up again. I'm gonna put the blue band, and you guys can put the green band around your knees and the yellow band around your ankles. Or you can get after it. You know, golf becomes more fun and easier when you get fitness out of the way. So the building phase is making sure that we get stability, mobility, and flexibility. And we'll add in the strength and power once your body can handle the golf club traveling 100 miles an hour. So on this one here, I'm going to go extra wide with my feet, extra wide with my knees, like I'm riding a horse. This is good for when we do the bunker training. When you're riding a horse, this is the stance that you're going to have in the bunker. And when you do this, the reason we're doing this, when you get in the bunker, you don't want the lower body moving. On bunker, stay in the base, and it's just up real quick. Club head drops down, hits the sand, arms and chest follow, and then the hips follow. So I'm going to get a real wide stance. Open up my knees. Go for 10. And you should keep those knees open when you come up. They're going to want to come in. So as you squat down, force them out, and then you're really activating those glute muscles. going to be tiresome. I'm going to use air squats to loosen it up a bit. You can put your feet out in a sumo position. Really get down. Put your feet out in a sumo position. And this really open up those groin muscles that we stretched on earlier. Here I've got a lightweight, 25 pounds. We're going to do a squat clean to push. Squat, clean to push. And both times we're going to use our lower body. The lower body will thrust up, and then we're going to push up. 25-pound weight. See, and from the side view, it's going to look like this. Up and up. It's pretty lightweight. So up. So we're going to clean it up. I'm squatting down, I'm going to clean it up, and then I'm going to push. So I'll do 10 of these inside. You want to make sure that you hold it here, because you want to squat down for the push. Clean it, push it. Both times you're squatting down. Clean it, push it. We're using all the golf muscles right now, guys. Let's switch hands to left hand. Clean it, pull it, push it. So, clean, squat down, and push. Because if you don't squat down, this can be challenging up here when you get the right amount of weight. This is rather light. But if I had a 40-pound weight, just going like this is difficult. That's why when you get to the clean position, you squat and push. 2, 3, 4, 5. So far, 33 minutes in, I'm freaking tired. So we're getting a lot of cardiovascular work in, a lot of flexibility, a lot of stability, a lot of mobility, and strength, all around the golf muscles that are used during the swing. So in between here, we're going to do a shoulder stretch. And you take my arm up here, and grasp my hand, put right behind my neck. I'm going to straight up. And I'm going to push my head back, pushing my arm back. I'm going to stretch out my shoulder. Now these you can definitely hold for 2 minutes. Your head's pushing back, and this arm's pulling that way. Slowly come down and let some of that blood flow for the joint muscle. Switch arms. And then once you're pushing back and pulling, you can actually stretch to the side, open up the entire lat muscle, tricep, obliques. And then as you push your head back and straighten up and stand straight, you get more of a pull, more of a stretch. You should be able to feel it in your shoulder joint, the stretch. If you add this stretching here, you'll see that that's what takes place in the golf swing. Let your arm down in the dead zone. So, we talk about tilt, it's fine. If I go back here, you're actually going to see side bend to the left on the backswing. If there's side bend to the right, shoot, you wouldn't have a really good swing. So there's side bend to the left on the backswing. So when you stretch that out, with this side bend this way, now we're in a perfect position right here. We're going to finish up with the mini band, dot blocks. You can use the blue band, yellow band, green band. You put it around your ankles. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to start here. I'm going to get my golf posture. I'm going to take one step this way. I want my foot angled out. I want my feet square and staying square. My knees are in alignment, not tucked in. And I'm going to take one step this way. And when I come back, I'm going to come slow as opposed to coming quick. And let that elasticity bring it back. You want to resist this side coming through. Pull, resist coming through. Pull, resist coming through. Deep stretch, slowly, stretch, slow, stretch. And this leg is coming in slowly, not real quick. So you do 5 each way, 10 each way. You'll know when to stop when the outside of these glute muscles get really, really on fire. You also don't want to pay attention to where the weight is on your feet, leaning forward or the back or right in the center of the arches. Everything we're mimicking in our workouts is exactly where our weight's going to be on the backswing. So I've got dynamic balance. Muscles are activated that need to be activated. And that's firing, so that's pretty tough right there. Take a break, get some water. If you guys don't have a set of speed sticks, you can use 2 golf clubs to simulate the heavy. You can use 2 golf clubs to simulate the heavy. You can use 1 golf club to simulate the blue. And you use the opposite end to simulate the green. Just going to go through basic protocol with the speed sticks. So I'm going to take 3 swings with the heavy weight, with my dominant swing. And take 3 swings, non-dominant direction. Notice where my balance is, fully turned, full turn. I'll take 3 swings with the heavy one, which is red. Medium heavy, I believe it's 5% heavier than a standard driver. Get my stance and posture. So even when I'm practicing these grips, these speed sticks, I can practice my grip, my stance and posture, look at my takeaway. I'm going to do 3 of these. Not worried about direction. That's how fast can I swing this club. So it's my non-dominant swing direction. And I can assure you, you guys are going to be sore tomorrow and you'll be exhausted after this workout. I got the light club. Why do I use speed sticks? Because in 4 weeks, I went from 122 miles an hour to 129 miles an hour. 4 weeks, I picked up 7 miles an hour of club head speed. And at age 50, I don't have to swing as hard. I still get the same amount of distance. So that's one rotation. Now I'll go back to the heavy stick. And we're going to do step change direction. For all of you that have sent your golf swings and we've done the video review, you've probably seen the step change direction drill. For all of you that are in the Facebook group and you look at other people's golf swing analysis, you'll see a video in there of the step change direction drill. With a club, step change in direction, it's simply as the club gets to about here, my arm is at 730. I'm going to step, finish my backswing, and then swing, step change direction. So I'm going to do the step change direction with the heavy club. My feet are together. I'll do it from the side view so you can see it. Make sure I have some room here. Step change direction. Number 2. And number 3. I'll switch sides, non-dominant swinging direction. My feet are together. Step change direction. I'll switch to the blue. Trying to swing as hard as I can. Switch sides. Golf becomes easier when you get fitness out of your way. And fitness out of the way, it means the building phase. We're building stability, mobility, flexibility, speed and power. We're learning correct power accumulators, correct pressure points. And when your right hand, this right pressure point, can sense the club head, it can control the ball. When this left hand can control this club face, it can control the ball direction, straight, left to right, draw, whatever it may be. And when you can control the shaft, you control all three, the shaft, the face, and the head, you can control the ball. And so during the building phase of our fitness program, when you get your body to be able to handle the swing, then all the stuff we're training, the mastery over and over and over, the fundamentals, scoring becomes a lot easier. So last one, step change direction with the light club. Let's see speed. Speed. And maybe take a 30-second break. And we're going to finish with the light club, regular stance, as fast as you can go. I don't have a speed thing, so I don't know what my speed is. I know it's relatively important to know where you are so you know where to go. But when I did this, I did have a speed when I went down and tested it the first time. And I know if I just keep doing this over and over and over, it's just a basic one. I mean, SuperSpeed stick has levels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just tons of levels. This is just the starter basic level. And so now I'm going to finish up with 3 swings in my regular stance, as hard and as fast as I can go with good sequence. We'll finish one more, because I want you to see where my weight is at. Weight's up here. That's what the step change direction does for you. That's what Excalibur, holding the sword. I mean, a couple of things just to get your game to progress quickly, the full game, is being able to do the step change direction drill, and then be able to pull the sword. So when I mean sword on the ground, so here in address, this is what I'm going to look like an impact fix, right? So can you pull this sword out of the ground? And so you can do an impact fix and just fire that up. And if you did 10 right now, fire them up, you'd be super tired. Forces you to finish your swing. So the workout, the warm-up we did today, opened up everything that we trained today. We opened up with stretching here. We stretched our hamstrings, our hips, our obliques. We stretched our torso, our shoulders. We went through an exercise program that worked on all those things. I'll open up for some questions if anybody has some questions about fitness, about golf, about expectations. You know, this is our peer group. And you rise to the level of who you associate with. This is our peer group, and everybody here should have a goal. You know, par golf, scratch golf, superior putter, superior, scoring game wizard. Have that intention of what you want to accomplish. You guys that need to get on my calendar for one-on-ones, let's do that. There's one outcome in putting. Learn how to read a green, learn how to hit your line, learn how to control your distance. For all you guys in the winter, in the snow, things like this will maximize your gains when you go out there and practice the things under pressure. That whole thing about having the bands around your feet and your knees and opening up in real wide stance, this is the stance you're going to have in the bunker. Super low, like you're riding a horse. There's no lower body movement. It's just arms straight up. So everything we're doing is training our body to handle what we're going to do with the golf swing. Golf becomes easier and fun when you get fitness out of the way. And you have a building phase. We have a building phase in stability, mobility, flexibility. You know, when you're doing those stretching for all those older people, hold that stretch, you know, for 2 minutes and then lay down in the dead zone and let the blood flow back to those joints. And the more and more you do that, slowly and slowly, slowly, you'll be able to get down and do a sit cross lean and touch your head.